Hello everyone, I'm Duke James. This is Vietnam 3.0. So I was going to wait till 1365 and the start of the 10-year plan, the first 10-year plan, but there's been some developments. Khmer broke our alliance, which I figured, since Lanzang is a close tributary to Khmer, the alliance was also broken with Lanzang as well, so that would leave me with no alliances. So I went ahead and I allied Ayutthaya, who was rivaled with Khmer. So I have them as an ally now. And looks like Zia had an event where they annexed this country, which was... what country was here? I forgot what country was here. Whatever country was here, they annexed. I don't know, but I allied with Zia now because it seems like they would win, unless they get annexed through an event, which kind of scares me, but I figure I have to have an alliance anyway, so... I think most of these countries would ally me, and as I look, none of them would ally me. Well, hopefully it's them. Hopefully Zia wins. Otherwise, I am in trouble. Nobody else would ally me, so it's Ayutthaya and Zia. I'm gonna move these troops over here. I'm 4 troops over my limit. Let's see, we have 1144. I will dump a infantry. And actually, I'm going to think about what to dump out of those, and I'll pick this up in 1365. So, I'll be back. Alright, so it is January 5th, because if I did it on January 1st, I'd have to wait like a minute for the calculation. So it's January 5th, not exactly January 1st, but that's fine. The only money I've spent, I believe, so far in the game is the general expenses, of course. This fleet I just built of 5 galleys. I had 1 galley, so I built 4 galleys, and then I opened some industries, and then some troops. So I've purposely not invested in any industries. For this, the first 10-year Dai Viet planned building in our country. So what is the bedrock of a nation? It is the people. And how do you get more people? Food. You get more food. You get more food, peasants don't die hungry. They don't die of hunger. And yeah, so we are going to get food. The first 10-year plan is food. So I'm going to do a census to see what we're starting at. I'll look at population. Population isn't the focus, but 2.7 million tenants. And then these guys don't really matter. So 17.4 million total. Just as a reference point. So our food production right now is 448, and our demand is 491. So I am going to try to... I was thinking triple this, but I don't think that's possible. Especially not in 10 years. So I'm thinking 50%. 50% of 450 being 225. It's a pretty lofty ambition, I think, but I hopefully it's doable. I don't know. We might fail particularly. Might fail, but we'll see. So 225 food production is the goal. I don't really care about production versus demand. The idea is hopefully we produce more than we demand, but if we produce more, then we're going to have more population, and they might demand more, so I'm not really focusing on production versus demand as much as total production. So we produce 450. So this is the food production of our country. It now includes these 5 provinces that we conquered in the south, pretty much the same as before because we didn't do an investment. And then this is the potential for farmland, which oddly enough looks similar. If they're not the same map mode, which hopefully they're not. So these 4 provinces right here are where I think my investment is going to go. There's 2 food sources, crops and fishing. So fishing, crops definitely produce more than fishing, but fishing is something I can also work on in the coastal provinces. Let me actually work on that first, because I think that's easier. Slot 12 is potential fishing. Alright, so these provinces have practically no fishing in them. What provinces don't have fisheries at all? Are there any provinces that don't? I don't think so. I think every province has fisheries. That's on the coast, of course. Alright, so let's go ahead and ignore the ones that aren't green or yellow, because those look to be maxed. Also, Zia is giving me subsidies, so they're giving me close to 5 ducats of subsidies, which is why my income is at 8 ducats. So Daddy China up north is going to give us some money. They're our sugar daddy up there. Gonna rain the money on us so we can industrialize. If only the Soviet Union had that. I guess the Soviet Union did that to other countries, so Zia is our Soviet Union equivalent. Let's go ahead and build or invest. Let's do 10 ducats in the non-green. Actually, I don't think I can do any investment down there because those cores are being built, so that's actually unfortunate. But I'm not going to wait, so those 4 provinces will not really do much for this first plan, at least. So there's one right there and one right there. I'll put 10 ducats into those. These 4 provinces should have a lot of room because they're all green. Yep, okay, so I'll put 10 ducats into those. And another 10 ducats into those. These 2 provinces particularly really have no room for farmlands, so those are going to be all fisheries. That's what their food production is going to be, these 2. So I'll actually put I'll put 10 ducats into one of these, whichever one is higher. That one's 60. I think this one was 70. Yeah, so I'll put another 10 ducats in this province. Alright, so we invested around 100 ducats, I think. I wasn't counting, around there, in fisheries so far. And then potential farmland. Yeah, the farmland's definitely around here. How much unemployment is in these provinces? Oh, there's a massive 47 labor difference of peasantry in this province, so this could use a lot of A lot of investment in this province. And that one is 41. That one is 55. That's massive. 27. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... Also, I'm not sure if I actually showed this, but in the provincial... No, in the terrain, it shows the crop outputs. So, like, this province produces wheat, barley, rice, millet, and maize. Except it doesn't produce maize and potato. It doesn't produce those. So it just produces millet, rice, barley, and wheat. I thought it actually only produced 2, but I guess it produces all 4 of those. Although I don't think that you... Do you eat millet? Is millet something you eat? I guess millet is just a term for a husked thing or something. I don't know, I'm not a farmer. Anyway, it produces rice mostly, which I think most of our provinces do. So it automatically picks rice as the best thing, and I think that's where it puts manpower into. So anyway, I'm going to put 100 ducats into these 3 provinces. Right off the bat, just throw that in there, and probably like 30 ducats into this province. So I've invested 500 ducats so far, a bunch in fisheries and a lot in food. I think if any provinces can absorb 100 ducat investment at the start of the game, it's probably these because of their peasant unemployment. So hopefully I don't end up paying a ton of money for that. But if I do, it's fine because that should give me more people as well. The other thing is irrigation. These are all irrigation rank 2. That one's irrigation rank 1. What is the actual farmland size in this province? So 246 out of 892 makes 40 ducats. This one is 250 out of 820. It makes 40 ducats around there. And this one is 255 out of 850, makes 40 ducats, so those are pretty much all the same in terms of that. This one is 101 out of 925. Alright, so this one has higher farmland capacity, but half the farmland is actually being worked right now. And there's 266,000 peasants, so labor difference is actually 27, so it's less. Put another 10 ducats into that. I think irrigation in this province would actually cost on par with the other 3, even though it's irrigation rank 1, just because it has higher farm size. Let's see. Irrigation rank 2 would actually only cost 362 ducats. That one is 362. It's definitely doable. That would leave me with about 130 ducats, which I'm making 8 a month, so that's definitely a good amount to keep in the treasury for me personally. I guess that really doesn't matter all that much because it doesn't cost money to build troops, but for merc purposes, because I'm pretty much at my force limit anyway. But let's check out these provinces. Irrigation rank 3 is probably a lot more expensive, actually. Yeah, 596 in that province. I imagine the other ones are on par with that. $584. Let's clear that, select that. Build infrastructure, 579, yeah. And there's really no other provinces that produce or have as good farmland capacity as this one. So I'm going to build that, actually. Hopefully that builds relatively quick, within 10 years at least. Not level 3. One extra unit, 362. I don't know why that says 0 plus 1. Hopefully that's not a glitch. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, it's 16. It just wasn't telling me that for some reason. So, 16 units at 10 parallelism. I'm not building anything else, so that should actually be relatively quick, I think. Now, I'm wondering if these irrigation units are going to decay. Hopefully not. Maintenance spending in this province is 43 ducats. Elite investment is only 27 ducats. So I think there is going to be a little bit of infrastructure decay. I'll leave it alone for now and not put any money into infrastructure. And if these decay, then I'll build them back up to 2, which shouldn't cost that much. Alright, so I think that's actually going to be it for the spending that I do now. That's, I think, around 800 ducats, 850 ducats. I just spent one building, an irrigation building, a whole lot of farmland up here, and some fisheries down in the south. And I think these are going to be done really close to the end of the first plan, so probably not going to do a whole lot. So we're starting with 450 food production, and yeah, see how that goes. So I'm going to end this part here and probably might go for a couple years and then check back in if nothing interesting happens in the time, or just go with it. Probably check back in a couple years and then go for a couple years, something like that. But yeah, that's it for this episode, so thank you for watching, and goodbye.